Welcome back to Python MC. In this section, we're going to show you functions returning values in EarSketch. So we have our function called fitMediaList. It takes clip list, track, start, end, and phrase length. And then it's going to insert this list of beats, and it's going to put it on whatever track, start, end, and phrase length we give it. It's going to use a for loop to do that for clip and clip list. Fit media, clip, track, start, end. So with each loop, it's going to add the next beat, and that's going to say this clip is on track. What clip is on track? Which track? So it's going to say, it's going to print that out to the screen, and it's going to say this clip starts on which measure and ends on which measure. So it's basically going to show you the state of the value of the variables with each loop. So then we're going to increase the start by the phrase length, which is simply how long do we want to wait to start the next track. In this case, we're going to start. The phrase length will be 4, so it's going to start plus equals 4, and end plus equals 4 when we actually call the function later. So it's going to basically go through this list of beats, okay, and then it's going to insert each beat, and at the end of that, after it inserts each beat, it'll then increase the value, the local variable of the track by 1, so track plus equals 1, until it gets to the end of the loop, and it's going to say end of fitMediaList loop. The current value of the local variable track is track, and then it's going to return the value track. Okay, so it's going to, the track initially is going to equal 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, the first time we call this later on, and it's going to return the value. And so what we can do with that is we're going to create a variable called beats1 endpoint. Then we're just going to execute the function fitMediaList. We're going to call it like we normally would. At the end of it, it's going to return the current value of track. So it'll still execute as per normal, but the only difference is it's now returning a value, and we can reuse that value as the starting point for the next set of beats. So instead of having to use the global keyword as we did previously, we now have beats1 endpoint equals the value that is returned by this function call fitMediaList. So we're going to enter the beats1 as the set of beats that we're going to use. Track equals 1, start equals 1, end equals 20, and phrase length equals 4. And so then the value at the end of this loop will be the current value of track, which will be 4 because track equals 1, 2, and 3. At the end of it will equal 4. Then we're going to assign that to beats1 endpoint. And so the next track will start with the last track finished off. So it'll start at beats1 endpoint. Then we're going to use that as the track number for when we call the second set of beats. So fitMediaList beats2 track will equal 4 because that's the value returned by the previous fitMediaList call. And then start will equal 16, end will equal 32, phrase length will equal 4. And then so that's what's going to happen. It's going to call these two functions. It's going to call this function twice rather with two different sets of arguments. And we'll run the code. We're going to show you what it looks like first, how it prints out on the screen. So we're going to say the first beat goes, base of a 1 goes on track 1. It starts on measure 1, ends on measure 20. The next beat goes on track 2, starts on 5, ends on 24. Dusty Groove 09 is on track 3. It starts at 9, ends at 28, and then we end the first loop. The current value of track is 4. We return that value so that we can use it as the starting point for the next set of beats. So the next set of beats will start on track 4, and then what it'll look like when we run this code, each beat will be inserted at each successive track. We have this nice layered effect. So we don't have the overlapping track error, just each beat is inserted on top, one after the other, not on top of each other. The track is increased by 1 each time, and then it knows because you return the current value of track, we can now use that value as the starting point for the next set of beats. So the next time we call fitMediaList for beats 2, we can use the starting point is beats1 endpoint. So track equals beats1 endpoint. Okay, so let's run this. And we'll call out what's happening. So we'll go to our output, our print statement. We'll show you what's happening there. So the first time we run this, that's base of 01 on track 1. Then we hear base of 07 on track 2. And then we hear Dusty Groove 09 on track 3. And now the current value of the local variable is 4. So we're on track 4. And then this next beat will be on track 4. It's about to start in a couple beats. Ready? There we go. Beat 1 is on track 4 now. Then beat 003 will be on track 5. Beat 008 will be on track 6. And then the last beat will come in on track 7. So because we used the return statement, I knew where to start the next set of beats. Okay. We'll see what that looks like up here on the screen. We can see that each beat is being layered very nicely because it knows exactly where to start and stop. Okay, because we've returned that current value of the track, we've assigned that to beats 1 endpoint, and we use that as a starting point for our next track. That's it. We'll see you again on Python MC.
Python MC.